2021 here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's right. It is Christmas in July. It is that time. It is rain and money, snow and money in savings. I can get my yearly packages, and everybody I think hears yearlies and monthly. One time a year only pricing. I get emails all the time. You got a coupon code. What's this week's coupon code? Discount code.
Well, we should also give the VIPs a coupon code on top of Christmas savings.
Dumbass, whatever. Discount code, discount code divorce, discount code whatever. I don't know, but it's like,
Discount code big dummy.
But discount code loser. I mean, I don't know, but it's like we don't have discount codes. Basically, we have one sale a year. It's Christmas in July. Our pricing is cheap, not cheap, but it's generally fairer price than everybody else to begin with. So we don't need to run discounts. We don't like raise prices and then offer you a low price or whatever, or offer one pick at what would end up being like triple the price of my regular package or something like that. I could do that if you guys want. Could offer like a $20 for one pick or $15 for one pick or something. I'll ask you guys. You guys want that? I'll do it because it ends up being 150% of the price of buying a 3-pack, right? We could do that. We could each sell a pick for $15 each. You guys want to do that? Fine.
I'm down.
Pick for how much?
$15.
$15.
It ends
I
up.
thought you said 50. I was like, that's not much.
$15. It ends up being $45 for a 3-pack. You do it.
Yep. I'm down.
Guaranteed, it's $35. It's just. If people.
But August 1st, it goes away back to business.
Why does the YouTube Premium show suck now? I don't know. I don't think it sucks. I gave out the. Did I have a winner yesterday?
Yesterday, I said huge on Yankees Royals. I said on the YouTube.
That's the VIP. That's the VIP. You said that.
Oh. Okay.
I gave out the Pirates on the VIP.
I got confused.
And I gave out Pete Alonso as my home run prop, and he hit.
Yeah, I did suck yesterday. Arizona, I had.
And I had the under, and I got burnt. We got burnt by the home run on the top of the ninth.
I have no idea. We had a losing day. Is that what he's trying to say?
Yeah.
Who did I pick? I don't even know.
You had, I wrote it down here.
Thanks.
You had the Marlins yesterday.
Nice. Yeah. All right. That happens.
And I had the Marlins too. So.
Yeah. Fridays are never my days.
You had the Marlins yesterday.
I went 1-2 on the. I went 1-2 on my premium picks. And we were talking about this before the show, and I'll tell you, it was a big improvement from the last 2 Fridays. So
2-1, I'll take it.
I had Brian was on the other side of the wild pitch game, and I won my game on an error, and I lost my games on errors. So it was just so that's what happens. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes it rains, right? It happens. I mean, that's baseball. There's a lot of games, and it happens, right? So. Anyways, James Blaze must be new to the show because he knows we never play those giant favorites. We're always on the other side of them. We always stay clear. Most people, if you ever see the YouTube comments for me, you would see how people criticize me for taking the other side. I think we'll do the VIP show later today because all the games are late. We'll do the premium early, the VIP at its regular time, and then tomorrow we'll do the VIP early. It's going to just be a lot of together time. That's what that ends up. I overslept. I admit it. I would have done it early today, but I overslept. Anyways, that idea of the VIP is kind of to get the late information, and today with the games being late.
And that worked well yesterday.
It's an odd schedule. Today's an odd Saturday schedule. It's just because it's just baseball. They make more money off the night games, Also, in most places, it's hot, right? So it's like...
Red Sox had me a little worried yesterday.
Really?
Well, they were down 1-0. You know.
Oh, Brian's one of those people. Say,
No,
oh
I'm not one of them.
no! I got news for you.
1-0. Oh no!
What? I got news for you. 1-0. 1-0 is of all of the scores in every sport. 1-0 is the one that you should be least worried about of any sport there is. Because I got news for you. If you don't score one run, you're gonna lose anyway.
And my Royals went down 1-0 too, so I was a little worried about that. I was like, don't tell me. Both these games I have huge money on. Anyway.
Anyways, be sure to smash that like button. Romanelli says hit the like button. So does Fonzie.
Smash that like button.
Hey.
Romanelli, the fake Ron Romanelli and the real Ron Romanelli. I guess the drive-thru's got the imposter guy. But Romanelli he told me he was on a boat. I had to send him the video. On a boat. Look at me, I'm on a boat. It's like, and T-Pain.
Yeah.
I love that thing. It's 70 million views.
I had never seen that before.
No?
No.
Oh my God. Those are that and Spalding, Get Your Foot Off the Boat. Those are my two favorite boat things. Spalding, get your foot off the boat. You ever see that in Caddyshack?
Mm-hmm.
Ted Knight's reading the thing with his little boat. It's like, Spalding, get your foot off the boat. I'm on a boat. You've never seen that?
Nope.
Oh my God. Wow. It's got to be, it's probably like 15 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's awesome. Really one of the best. You know that one, Rod, right? I'm on the boat. He's got the hamburgers. T-Pain. Never thought I'd be on a boat. Anyways, we got 15 games today, full schedule, all slanted late, so the VIP show is going to be late. VIP show has been pretty good. I know the premium pick show, I guess we're not good yesterday, but premium pick show was really good. I gave out the Pirates and that Pete Alonso home run prop. I've been giving out my home run props on the VIP show. I've hit 2 in a row, which is kiss of death, but we're plus 1,100, so I got a little cushion to work with now to get things started after the Nolan Arenado home run, followed up by Pete Alonso.
I look forward to giving out the first touchdown props in the future.
Yeah, Brian is the king of the first touchdown prop. I'm the halftime guy. I used to be the newsletter college football guy. Maybe I'll try that again. I haven't sent newsletters.
Remember when I had the Jets quarterback scoring first and he ran like 50 yards?
Yep.
Touchdown on him.
Oh, no. This all happened. Pete Alonso, that weird stat where it's like he had 8 home runs off left-handed pitchers all season long, but he also only had 30% of his at-bats had come against left-handed pitchers. So it was like, oh, and it's Steven Matz. Throw it. It's like, by the way, it's Steven Matz. Anyway, speaking of Steven Matz, Brian, we got 15 games today. Not a lot to talk about, but always find something. We got day baseball, just 2 games. Alec Mills and Merrill Kelly going at it at Wrigley Field. It was all Cubbies yesterday. I thought the Cubs were going to lay down, but maybe it's more of a farewell tour at this point. And then we've got the Red Sox and Yankees. Nathan Eovaldi against Jameis Italian with an unbettable line for me. So, I don't know. I don't love today's card, I'll be honest with you. If there was ever a card I was going to Ruffalo or just take one game, today would be the day. You know, I really, really don't like it.
Yeah, for me, I like yesterday's a little bit shade better. But as far as these early games go, I'm going to take a shot with the Diamondbacks here with Merrill Kelly on the mound. He's had 5 straight quality starts, and he's off a start where he went 8. He had a real strong start last time out. I just see everybody humping up on the Chicago Cubs. I think Arizona steals one here. And just to lean to the New York Yankees here, I think they got smacked in the mouth yesterday. I know Jameson Taillon's on the mound, but I think they sneak in a win here in Boston.
Really hate that game.
Yeah, like Mitch said, that's a really tough price to even think about playing that one. But I think I'm just going to take the Yankees getting the 1.5. I think the books are going to burn all that Red Sox run line money. The Red Sox, I think they're going to win this game for sure, but I do think Yankees come back with like a backdoor cover on that run line. So I'll take the plus 1.5, and then I'm going to take the over in that Cubs-Diamondbacks game. Saw yesterday the Diamondbacks allowed 8 runs, and that was with arguably their best starter on the mound, Zach Gallen. Now you got Merrill Kelly, 4.46 ERA. I think the Cubs are going to score plenty in this one. And then you look on the other side, Alec Mills for the Cubs, definitely not their strongest option. So I think both teams score at least 5 runs in this one. But you see that the wind is blowing out 13 miles per hour to right center field. I think a lot of homers in this one. I'll take the over.
And I'm going the other way on that one. I'm going to take the under. We got burnt by the under with run in the top of the ninth, and I don't see that this game. You look at Diamondbacks; they're 5-2 to the under. Their last 7 following a loss. They're also 8-3 in their last 11 to the under after allowing 5 runs or more in the previous game. Love the under in this one. Even the Cubs 4-0 to the under. Their last 4 when their opponent allows 5 runs or more. So they're also 12-4 in the Cubs' last 16 after scoring 5+ runs. So I think we get an under in this one. Everything looks like an easy over, wind blowing out, all that stuff. I'm going to take the under in this one. The only one I like in those 2 games.
I hate both those games. I don't see any meat on the bone whatsoever. I like the Red Sox here. If you look at the alternate run lines, I doubt there's any meat on the bone there. The Cubs, Diamondbacks, is a pure pass for me. Mills is the way better pitcher there. Kelly's been just inconsistent. I've hit him on spots, but
last 5 starts though.
Not enough. The Cubs look super motivated. It's like the band's breaking up, but it's like the love is still there, So it's like they want to go out with like a bang. I thought like normally when guys are going to get traded and stuff and the team is, underperforming a little bit, the Cubs are kind of like playing like maybe if we win some games, they'll keep us together. Because like Rizzo, Bryant, Baez, these guys have never played with anybody else at the major league level. Right? They've only played together, and now they're talking about trading all 3 of them. It's doubtful that they'll go as a package to some happy family in Tampa Bay or something. Right? It's not going to happen. So, what's more likely to happen? But the Cubs are feeling that maybe if they can win some games, that then all of a sudden they're in the race. So why bust them up, right? I don't know. I think my guess is they're due for big contracts. I don't know what their contract situation is.
I mean, if you add 2 starting pitchers to the Cubs, they'd be a lot better.
Yeah, I think they're out of it. I mean, they're 9 back in the division, and then the Padres and Dodgers are pretty much front runners in the wild card game. So I don't think. I mean, it was just 1 win. I wouldn't necessarily say the Cubs are playing that well.
No, they're not playing that well, but they certainly looked inspired yesterday. This is, basically these guys who have been the core of this team. Easily you would say that these guys are the core players of what have been the Chicago Cubs for the last 6-7 years, 5, 6, 7 years. These guys, this is their last games in Wrigley as Cubs, right? So this is pretty much it. So I don't know. It's just it's kind of one of those games. It's kind of one of those games, It's like it's kind of like the whole schedule. So the Red Sox at -1.5 are plus 112 here with the Eovaldi against Taillon, But if you go to the big numbers, so that means that if they're -1.5 at +112, that means if we go to some of the bigger numbers, there could be some meat on the bone, but really not. At -2.5, it's only +165. So the books are thinking, it's 3+. And now, really, you have to go to 4.5 for -336. That's just a little too aggressive for me, even with Italian.
Well, the Red Sox bullpen got a lot of work yesterday, though. So
I know, but the Yankees stink. I mean, they're not a good team. I mean, the problem here is that the Yankees can't hit the ball out of the infield, right? I mean, this team stinks. They've got warning track power across the board. They've got like 2 guys that can hit home runs, 2 or 3 guys, and those guys aren't hitting the baseball. I mean, the Yankees are really struggling as a team, and it's like when you look at the standings, right? When you look at the wild card standings and all of those other things, these guys would be sellers at the trade deadline, right? I mean, they're in 4th. A game behind the Seattle Mariners in the wild card standings, right? So, and we talked about this yesterday, that when you look at the wild card standings, it's actually the Seattle Mariners that are the team that's right there, not the Yankees. Even though the Yankees, they are there, but it's like, are you going to sell your soul for a wild card spot? Because that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take.
Yankees, they would sell their soul for a
while. If there was a team to do it, there'd be them.
No, it's the Red Sox. It's actually the Red Sox that are the team that does it. It's if you look at the big money, big player trades to get it done in recent years, it's actually been the Red Sox that have been the big ones and the big spenders.
Had to do it. Usually the Yankees are pretty much cushioned in a good spot in the playoff right now.
Outside of Cole, really, since those, big, Yankee teams, we haven't really seen the big free agent signing for the Yankees. They haven't gone out, and like Bryce Harper was available, they didn't go out and get him. It's like the Yankees want Mike Trout, and it's like anything short of that, they're really, they don't seem to be all that interested. I mean, what do? Go out and go for Zach Wheeler? I mean, that's really what it becomes here, right? It's like Zach Wheeler, Max Scherzer, and who else might be available? Barrios. So you go out after those 3 guys because you can't hit the ball. You can't score more than 2 runs a game. I mean, so that's your issue. Where are the Yankees when we look at offense? I mean, and the problem is they actually did spend on offense. They got Giancarlo Stanton, right? He was the big expenditure. But when we look at the Yankees here, and we look at the big picture,
they've been terrible offensively, and that's even with Judge in the lineup. Now he's out.
I don't think Aaron Judge is. I think he's one of those guys that has that potential to be a great player, but he's not a great player. He's not. I
disagree.
He has a really good arm, but it's because he's on the Yankees. If he's on the A's, he's just another guy.
I don't know about that. I mean, he's a guy that can hit for power, hit for average. One of the best fielders in the league. Obviously, he has a good arm, but he's a very good fielder. He's built. He's an athlete. I mean, obviously, him being in the Bronx
the very best players offensively, historically, okay, the very, very best players, okay, the guys who are considered the best, make everybody around them better in the sport that's, very, very tough to do that. But if you look at them, that's what they've done. Look at Mickey Mantle. Look at the great Yankees.
Mike Trout wouldn't be that great.
I don't know. He's usually had one guy that's with him that he takes with him.
Not very far though.
No, well, it's it all depends on what you got. But like Mantle did it. Bonds did it.
I mean, I think you could be a superstar without a supporting cast. But I do agree that Judge wouldn't be this big of a player if he wasn't a Yankee, but I still think he would be a star in the league.
The Yankees are 24th in runs scored. They're 19th in team batting average. They're actually up in these numbers, but the big one is they're 20th in strikeouts, striking out over 9 times a game, and just 8th in home runs. Red Sox still near the top of everything It's amazing that teams hit 256 against the Boston Red Sox, one of the worst in baseball, yet they still managed to get it done. This pitching staff, this could be one of the greatest pitching coaching jobs you've ever seen, you know? It kind of just flies under the radar. With this is, if you look at the Red Sox staff, them and the Angels have to have the two worst pitching staffs in all of baseball. I mean, Martin Perez, they wheel out. Eduardo Rodriguez has been their number one. I mean, this is...
Right.
No, Evaldi's the number one starter.
No, he's not. Eduardo Rodriguez is. He pitched against Cole last night, and he pitched ahead of Evaldi in the rotation, right? So that makes him...
Well, maybe he just missed the start and messed up the whole rotation. I don't know. I think Evaldi's better.
But he's not the number one. I don't know. It really doesn't matter that all of them are number two, you know, on the Red Sox, you know, in the big scheme, in the grand scheme of things.
I think if you add a Jose Barrios to that with Chris Sale, the Red Sox are going to be...
Well, the Red Sox they're not going to think twice about trading. I mean, these guys, if they're in contention to win the World Series, they're super aggressive. They traded, you know, look what they got, you know, traded to get Chris Sale. Look at that trade again. You know, you could look at it 1,000 times. That's saying we'll sell our soul for a World Series ring, and that's exactly what they did. They got their World Series ring, mission accomplished, and they traded away the future, you know? And it's like they just happened to, you know, be okay with it. So, you know, I think Moncada and Kopech, I think they'd love to have those guys back, you know? But it's like it would cost them a lot more than Chris Sale right now. I would say Moncada's pretty much untouchable. Wind kind of blowing in at Fenway also. All right, well, that's an interesting one. I don't know, man. I really am. It's nice that there's nothing going on during the day for me. Give me some time to either go maybe play some golf or TikToking at the golf course. You know, I'm just there and just TikToking and stuff. That's what I do.
Watch out, Mitch is TikToking.
Hell yeah, man. Hashtag sports betting advice. That's what I do, man. TikToking it. I like the TikTok. It's a minute. You know, you go with some music. Yeah. I'd like to get some winners on there, but... All right. Brian, tell us about your package.
Well, today I got my super sharp 3-pack, the sharpest plays on the board. Trying to have another winning day off of yesterday. Overall, really good last 60 days or so. So I'm going to try consistent winning. $40 for 3 picks at pickdogs.com. Don't forget Christmas in July sales.
And for me, I have a 3-pack on the site. My top 3 plays in the MLB. And I also have my 3-day and 7-day passes 50% off due to the Christmas in July sale. So check those out. It's a much better deal to grab one of those rather than the daily package today. But you do you, and check it out. Pick Dogs Premium.
And for me, I've got a nice 3-pack here. 3-pack of Saturday Diamond Crushers. Absolutely love these 3 bets. Perfect opportunity for us to crush the play on the Diamonds today. And grab your bookie's cash. Guaranteed. Or jump on something Christmas in July. We all got something going on Christmas in July. Well, the thing I'm missing is the beard because I shaved it off. And we could be dressed in a Santa suit and be jolly and happy and be like, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Jump aboard. Happy Saturday.
Well, for me, it's all about Christmas in July. It's where the specials are. It's my once-a-year pricing. We don't run coupon codes. We don't run discount codes. We don't, hey, I didn't get the coupon code today. I didn't get whatever.
Look, nobody's got a Santa suit. I tried.
We got the VIP show and the premium, and that's our least expensive premium products for and those are on YouTube. But outside of that, maybe we should go with the $15 for 1 pick each day. Let's do it. Maybe we should do it.
Saying like the best bet of the day?
No, just
Oh, no.
One of your picks. You can call it your best bet of the day. You can call it whatever you want.
Play of the year.
Call it a third of a 3-pack. Call it whatever you like.
33% of 3-pack.
I don't love it.
Play of the day.
I don't love the idea. I don't know if people want
see,
it.
once you got to worry about your chargebacks and stuff like that.
Well, it'd be even, Steven. Anyways. Yep. Christmas in July. A lot of people taking advantage of it, which is good, really good. Because once July 31st rolls around, these prices will be gone. And I don't want to hear about it. You guys know I am not.
Now's the time to get my football package.
Now's the time.
Early.
Yeah, people want to just sit there with no picks for 2 months.
Yeah, but you save
Okay.
$300. You got to spend that's money off your bottom line.
It's
net
also
profits.
cash is king. I'd rather have the money in my pocket. Let it work for me. Let it sit there for a month and a half. Doesn't make any sense. Just buy Brian's yearly.
Yeah, that's true. That is a much better.
It's a way better deal. Just buy the yearly. Talked to Big Al last night. Talked to Big Al last night. He never had a yearly up with us. And what happened was when he joined us, we were just coming out of COVID, so we weren't really sure what was going to happen. So he never put a yearly up. And then finally I talked to him last night. He's like, yeah, that's why. He goes, I totally forgot about it. So that's why he didn't have a yearly up. But now he's got it. He's got a lot of stuff going on, that guy. I like him.
I love Big Al.
Yep.
Okay.
I always talk to him. I talk to him at least a couple times a week on the phone.
I'd say it's right between Mitch and him are the two smartest guys I know.
Wow. I'm not usually not in that sentence, Usually, I don't know. Wow, I don't even wear old guys. Got the Braves and the Phillies. That was a lousy game last night. I think I had the right side of it. And we had
I was way off. I thought the Braves would win that one. I thought
the-
Wheeler would continue to regress, but he didn't.
We got the Marlins and the Padres. I think the Marlins are so sad that Detweiler has to start games that they just don't even want to list them. How bad can we roll out? How bad of a pitcher can we stick out and still pretend that we're a professional franchise? I don't know. Detweiler. Is Detweiler available? This guy, of all the pitchers that we bash and, whatever, this guy has a place there. Now, it doesn't really matter what role he's in. He could be that middle reliever, the setup man. It really doesn't matter. He's capable of blowing a game in any inning he appears in, even the first.
Right.
Weathers stinks too. I mean, he doesn't stink. It's like they stuck him in the starting pitcher role. He's a reliever. His father was a reliever, right? It's like his father was a reliever. He's a reliever. It's like it's just a weird thing. How about the game when he pitched in Cincinnati and he was like, going up to the players on the other team, getting their autographs and stuff, basically. I mean, he wasn't getting autographs. It was just like, 'cause he grew up, like watching those guys from the field. Like Joey Votto and stuff. Weird because of his old man. We're kind of in that generation of sports, where it's the kids of the guys that we used to bet on. It's like horse racing. It's like I bet on his it's like I used to bet on his father, now I bet on his grandfather. I used to bet on his grandfather all the time.
His father was a mutter. His mother was a mutter.
Yes, I used to bet on his grandfather. Anyways, Marlins, Padres. Oof. Then we got the Orioles and the Nationals. The Nationals decided not to hit yesterday. We know it's Lopez. Let's pretend he knows how to pitch. But Matt Harvey's pitching today for the Orioles. Oh, boy. And then Framber Valdez, not Framber, up against the Rangers, who are 1-9 in their last 10 games. This is just a cream puff schedule today. Ron Romanelli, what do you think here?
Well, although Ross Detweiler is not the best option Miami has, I do think the Marlins are a strong play in the first 5 innings of this one. Detweiler's only going to go about an inning. If we can stomach that, I think the Marlins bullpen will take it the rest of the way through.
He's been going 2-3 innings.
Well, let's see. His last 5, he's gone a third of an inning, a third. So he's been, when he opens the game, I guess he does pitch a little bit longer.
But that third of an inning was because he gave up 17 runs, right?
No, that was the one inning where he gave up 8 runs. But listen, I agree. Russ Detweiler's not my favorite guy, but Ryan Weathers is somebody I like to fade as well.
So you're saying your home run prop could be coming from the Padres' early part of the lineup today.
Hear me out on Ryan Weathers. Hear me out. So Weathers has a 2.91 ERA, sure, but he has a 5.08 expected ERA, a 5.43 FIP, and that's because he walks a lot of batters, gives up a good amount of home runs, and doesn't get too many strikeouts. I think the Marlins bats are going to find offense early, and if they can hold on for the first 5 innings, that's all we need to get plus money in the first 5. So that's what I'll take.
Well, I think it's what it is that when you have the reliever turn starter like you have with Weathers, as the season goes on, all those innings that he's logging are just way outside of his comfort zone. So you start to see it at this time of year. It starts to wear down. I think the Marlins in general are out of depth, right? They're out of depth. So it's like you're seeing them wear down too. And that was the problem yesterday. It wasn't that Joe Musgrove got him. Brian will say.
Well, actually, I'm not even sure what Detweiler's going to go today because he pitched yesterday and the day before. So can he go 2 innings? I mean, after pitching back-to-back days, and that might be the reason why the Marlins don't have an official listed pitcher. So let's hope for that. I still think the Marlins bats hit Weathers no matter who pitches. So that's where I'm going.
All right, Rod.
Mm-hmm. And for me, out of those games, I'm going to take the Orioles here versus Washington. Washington did look awful yesterday, not hitting at all. And these Orioles have been hitting. They've scored 29 runs in their last 5 games, so they've definitely been hitting. Felix Scherzer, his last 3 games has not been pretty. He's given 13 hits, 12 runs, 5 walks, 5 home runs. Maybe he's got a sticky situation problem. I'm going to take the Orioles here. I don't care if Matt Harvey's on the mound. We'll give him. The Orioles have definitely been bashing the ball, and Scherzer's been giving it up. So give me the Orioles.
Wow. The player props on home runs for Nationals players are just, they're really low odds in this one. So you kind of got to watch out. Josh Bell, only plus 215 to hit a home run. He was going to, and Juan Soto, only plus 215 to hit a home run in this one. I think you could probably hit both those if you really apply yourself. I'm using our new player props tool that we have on our website to get those stats off the bat. Both those guys, Josh Bell's hit home runs in 3 of his last 5 games. Soto, 2 of his last 5. I love our new player props tools. You guys will all be seeing them soon. You guys saw me use them on the VIP show yesterday, and they were money. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Rod's onto something. I kind of lean towards the Orioles. Everybody and their mama humping up on the Washington Nationals. But I think the best value in that time frame is probably the Texas Rangers. You get Kyle Gibson at around plus 175. He's off his worst start of the year, but I think he bounces back and has another solid start. The Rangers steal one against the overpriced Astros.
I understand where you're coming from for the Orioles, and I applaud you for having the sack to not take him a plus 1.5 like you normally would. But the thing is that Matt Harvey has a 7.13 ERA, and that just isn't in my wheelhouse.
Didn't he just have a good start, Harvey?
Yeah, one.
Yep.
One.
He had one good.
You know what we call that? You know what that's called when you have one
It's
outlier stat. It's
aberration.
like when you're it's called a blip. Now when you have when you look at the racing form, right? And you see one race that the horse just didn't fire, right? You throw that race out, right? It's kind of like last start for Harvey, where he played the Kansas City Royals, right, of all teams, and 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, and a walk, 74 pitches, 5-0 Orioles. But you look at the game before that, 3.2 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, and you just look down the line here, and it's
surprising he doesn't walk a lot of guys either.
I think there's just one phrase that kind of sums up his entire season, and it's just one ugly bitch. It's just really is. It's just he's absolutely horrible. He is terrible. He has only had one game though where he's given up home runs in his last 6. Gave up a pair against the Blue Jays in a game that the Orioles actually won. They were plus 230 that game. Matt Harvey, look at his odds. The last 2 times the Orioles have pulled off wins in his starts, which he didn't get actually last time out they got the win, but his 2 big ones against Houston and Toronto that the Orioles won. So facing a guy like Scherzer, really not out of his wheelhouse, but plus 257 and plus 230.
Wow.
So nice numbers there.
Teams 3-1 his last 4, so.
But of course, he was the key figure in that 14-1 beatdown against the Mets at Citi Field. No, that was home. He was only plus 119 in that game.
Right.
But he really showed his best stuff in that 3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned, 2 home runs.
Who's the opposing pitcher? Jordan Yamamoto.
For the Mets? It was 14-1. It was.
Well, how is he plus 119?
Oh yeah, it is.
Taiwan Walker was the opposing pitcher.
Yeah, it looked like that.
Yeah, it was Taiwan Walker. It was one of those Brian Trapp games.
Yeah,
they're begging you to take the Mets. Brian's like,
hey, listen,
the squares are all over the Mets in this.
Well, the squares win once in a while too. So.
The squares, the books are begging you to take Taiwan Walker here. But actually, that win.
Begging you to take Taiwan. I'm still arguing.
We'll have to find that show. We'll have to find it because I'm sure it's there. June 9th. We'll have to find that. I'm sure it's there. I'm sure it is. June 9th.
Oh, it was a Wednesday show.
Yeah, it's a no play for me. It's what that thing boils down to. It's a no play. The Tampa Bay Rays, okay, doing what they do against the Guardians here. I'm just practicing. They are doing what the Rays seem to do every single season. They get involved in these weird tight games, and then all of a sudden they just blow it open, and then they're just laughing, That's exactly what happened when Choi hit that home run last night after they'd already taken the lead. The Indians were just done. They just had no answers. They didn't even know what happened. Of course, Nelson Cruz got involved. It was just bad, Got to watch out for them. But for me, the big game of the day, and not a betting game once again for me, is the White Sox against the Brewers. I just think it's a super low-scoring game. I think it's the under special. Both these guys have been money. This is the best matchup of the day. Rodon, last time out against the Astros. Brian loved the Astros in that game, by the way. Last time out, 1 hit over 7 innings, 10 strikeouts against Houston, which pretty good lineup. Time before that, 7 hits and a run against the Twinkies. I mean, you look at Rodon's numbers all season long. It's most of the games are 1 run. He has 3 games where it wasn't 1 run, but most of them. Even that game that they lost, you go back to that May 21st game against the Yankees that they lost. He was up against Cole in that game. They lost 2-1, but he didn't allow a hit, or he didn't allow a run in that game, and he had 13 strikeouts. 2 hits, 13 strikeouts. They lost the game 2-1, but he wasn't involved. Rodon is, I think he's a Cy Young candidate. 8-3 with a 2.14. Corbin Burns the last time out in Cincinnati was smoke. I mean, he was unhittable. He gave up that. He was the pitcher on the All-Star game that gave up that shot to Guerrero. He was the guy on the mound. He's the one that threw that pitch. When the ball lands, we'll let you know. But he is the guy that gave up that home run. But since then, the game in Cincinnati, he was outstanding.
Yeah.
But the thing about the game in Cincinnati, and this is the problem with watching all the games, right, which I do, is that they gave him that low strike. And if they don't give him that low strike, well, what burns do we see? And that's really the whole issue here, is like who's going to be behind the plate, who was behind the plate in that game. So it's one of those type of games. To me, it's White Sox or nothing or the under. Because I just don't think Burns is going to get that call all the time. It's like, it was one of the Reds, right, everyone got thrown out. You know, it's one of those games where like the low strike is being called and everyone starts getting thrown out because it's like, that's not a strike. And it's like, even the Brewers announcers are like, that ball was at the ankles. You know, it's like, that's not a strike. So my guess is that before the game, there's a lot of words here, but, you know, Burns 8.1 innings, 5 hits, 12 strikeouts. Of those 12 strikeouts, 7 of them, you know, weren't strikes, you know, on strike 3, and that's part of the problem there, you know. 1 walk, you know, in that outing as well. So I don't know if he's going to get those calls in this one, but he has been solid. I mean, one run. There's going to be a ton of strikeouts in this game. If there's a strikeout prop, I like the over 20 in this one. This is going to be a tough game. I think it's one of those games where the White Sox probably really need Jimenez, you know, in the lineup for this and Robert. Billy Hamilton's just, he's on my list. I don't like him.
See, I was looking for home run props in this game earlier this morning, and I couldn't find any.
In this one?
Even the books, what a set that, yeah, they don't know what the props at. It was like, what the heck is set the home
This
run
is the
props?
type of game where there probably is a home run. This is the one where the guys who are the best home run hitters
Or the
home
strikeout props.
Oh, here's
the strikeout props on both of these guys. I couldn't
here's
see
the
any.
home run props. I'm not seeing anything for the Brewers in home run props. I'm only seeing White Sox home run props. And so Moncada is plus 550. Sheets is plus 450. Tim Anderson plus 450. Abreu, who I like here, plus 360. I would go Abreu. Christian Yelich, plus 450, and Evisel Garcia up against his former team, plus 450. Wow. I like Abreu there, plus 360. I think that's a decent bet. Usually in games like this, it normally is like the best player hitting a home run, you know, as one of the runs. And it looks to be a 2-1 game, right? I mean, this is a 2-1 game type game. I think the bet is Abreu to hit that home run. Because even if the White Sox lose it, you still end up winning.
You should just take the White Sox on the run line, plus 1.5.
Plus 1.5.
Your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I'm a big plus 1.5 guy. I'm going to take the Dodgers plus 1.5 today. That's not my thing.
Nice.
Sweet, dude. Then I'll count it. I'll count it on my record. 1-0. I was 1-0 yesterday. I did. Minus 1,700. Rod, how about the Montreal Canadiens taking the defender with the sex tape pictures?
Right? That sounds like what the French people would do over in Quebec.
I know, but I don't. Where does Snapchat sex pictures fall in the grand scheme of things?
In hockey,
Illegal.
It's illegal. So
With
she said it was
non-consent.
She said it was non-consenting, right?
Mm.
And he kind of admits that.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, he told everybody not to draft him. He put out a statement before the draft that he's basically doesn't want to be drafted because he needs time to mature and blah blah blah. But the Canadiens went ahead and drafted him anyway. But I didn't even think he was a first round talent. I thought if a team was going to take him, it would be third, fourth round regardless. I think it was a bad pick just on all bases. Talent-wise, character-wise, I think the Canadiens made a big mistake.
But they've done that before, and Montreal has taken a risk and taken a shot with somebody like this, and they'll take him under their wing and put him through the system. Put him through the Montreal Canadiens ringer and see what he comes out the other side. I bet he comes out pretty good.
So Rod, when you post your sex photos on Snapchat or Instagram, do you ask consent first, or you post first and then ask consent? How do you generally go?
You got to ask consent first. I mean, you must get consent.
But I think the majority of guys that do that don't ask for consent. I think that's a thing that happens.
That's the problem, yeah.
I mean, I don't, but I know people.
All right.
Let's let the guy have earn his way back into the fold.
Anyways, interesting game here at Milwaukee. That's for sure.
Is it on TV, that one?
No. Tough card, man. Well, they're all on TV. It's a tough card.
Big news, Carey Price he had a knee injury. He just went for knee surgery. So
maybe that's why they didn't. The crack.
Played the Stanley Cup Finals with a knee injury.
There's somebody that if I saw him walking down the street, I wouldn't know who it is.
Carey Price?
Yeah.
I think Shea Weber is done. He's done for the year, but he might retire.
He changed his name to Guardians. I like spiders. I thought it should have been spiders.
Yeah, I like the spiders too.
I like the graphics that I saw for spiders.
Yeah, it's better than this Guardians. It's awful.
I don't like the logo.
They're gonna get a revolt.
The logo I thought was kind of boring.
Yeah, the logo's awful. You got 2 G's on the side of the face with wings. What is this?
Looks like I could make it.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like somebody's kid in the office was like, "Daddy, let's make them the Guardians."
The White Sox have lost 7 in a row on the road against teams with a winning record. The under 0.5 runs in the first inning in each of the White Sox last 7 road games has hit against National League Central opponents. This is all from the news site.
That game's
I'm getting all this from the news site. I'm getting this all from the news site. The bet's minus 130.
Definitely nerfy in the first.
The White Sox have, in the last 14, the White Sox 8-6 against the Brewers on 7/23 Milwaukee. But before that, Milwaukee won 8-3 in Chicago. Goes, man, this is awesome. This is just the best. It's like, goes from 2012 onwards. It's got everything. At American Family Field, the average run per game is 8.4 runs. The over-under at that ballpark is 24 for the over, 23 to the under, and 4 pushes. I love this, man. I love our new website. It's freaking awesome. It's got everything. Matchup bets. The White Sox, better team batting average. Brewers, 29th in batting. And the White Sox, 24th in home runs. The Brewers, 17th. White Sox, 5th in runs. The Brewers, 14th. Man, this is unbelievable. It's unbelievable, the stuff that we got. I am so excited to show everybody. So excited. Wow. Blown away. I didn't come up with it. I'll tell you that much. We got a team of people now. Crazy stuff. Who'd ever thought? Ron, did you ever think we were going to have 200 people?
Crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Yep.
200. 200. Nuts. Knuckin' futs. All right, where are we? Mets.
You were saying how the White Sox were going to get their butts kicked today.
Nice. Brian's humping up on every. Brian's betting. Brian, the White Sox are 58-39. Brian's 39-58 in White Sox.
What are they against teams over 600 winning percentage? They probably beat up on the crappy teams. White Sox.
I don't know about that. Not
I'll
necessarily
have to
true.
look it up.
Well, they beat the Astros 2-3 last weekend, so.
That's true. I'm just buzzing.
White Sox are 49 and 103 their last 152 road games versus a team with a winning record.
Yeah, well, that has nothing to do with this. It just means they've been a bad team for 10
That's
years.
a 40% win percentage.
That means they've been a bad team for 10 years. Is all that means.
Yeah.
What are they this year?
What was the record?
49 and 150.
49 and 103 their last 152
That's not 10
road
years.
games versus a team with a winning record.
It's 3 years.
17 and 37 the last 54 games as an underdog. Injury League has kicked their butt. 16 and 37 the last 53 Injury League games versus a right-handed starter.
Sounds like
White
something that
Sox.
lost the Brewers had on last night's game.
Right? Sounds like I'm running away
I like
from
those
that game.
statistics.
Not going in there. He's like, you want to play? Again? No. No. No.
Tell you what, I like the.
Whoever pops the first home run in that game's going to win it.
Well, I think Abreu and Moncada are good odds in that one for the home run prop. Both of them. Moncada plus 550, Abreu plus 360.
I wonder what the prop bet is for shutout against the White Sox. No runs.
Well, the under. You just go to the under, right? Team total under.
Under 0.
Under 0. They're all humping. They're all humping up.
Maybe I'll give you half a run.
They're all humping up on the Mets.
Is there a number less than 0?
Matt Harvey's gonna mow him down. We gotta find that. We got June 9th. We're gonna find that one. I'm sure.
Oh, well, I'm sure, but maybe it was a premium pick and I didn't talk about it.
No way. I'm 100% sure. We'll find the VIP show, whatever. We'll find whatever. He definitely. Rod.
Well, I'm not denying.
Rod, what are the
it.
odds of Bittler taking the Orioles that game and saying how the public was
99%.
humping up on?
I'm going to say high 80%, 80, 90% that he took it. I'm going to say he did. I really do. That game really sounds familiar. They're like, they're begging you to take it.
I would take it today if that was the case. I would take it today if that was the postseason.
They're begging you. All right, let's get moving. Got the Angels and the Twins, the Mets and the Blue Jays, the Tigers and the Royals, and the Reds and the Cardinals. Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little square with the first one. I'm gonna take the Cincinnati Reds minus the 1.5. My boy Castillo on the mound over his last 18 and a third innings. He's only given up 2 runs. I think usually the bullpen blows it for him with the Reds, but I like him laying the 1.5. And then I like the New York Mets at home. Taijuan Walker, just that price does seem off, and I'm gonna fall for it. I'm gonna take the Mets at home. I think you're getting a better pitcher. I think Brewers on the mound for the Blue Jays. I think he's not the same pitcher he was once before. So I'm gonna take the Mets here.
I'm gonna take the Reds. Castillo, totally different pitcher than he was at the beginning of the year, and I trust the Reds bats a lot more than I do St. Louis's. So I'll take Cincinnati on the money line. I don't love that price, but I do think the Reds have a great shot at winning today. And then I like the Tampa Bay Rays as well. Mitch said before, this is just a team that finds a way to win. If they're in a tight game late, they're feeling pretty confident, and that was the case yesterday. J.C. Mejia on the mound for the Indians, somebody I like to fade quite often. And although Drew Rasmussen's on the mound for the Rays, somebody I'm not too big on, I do think the Rays bullpen is a lot stronger, and I think the bats will get there too. So I'll take Tampa Bay to continue their winning ways. They're 8 games above 500 on the road. So I'll take Tampa Bay there, a winning team.
Rod?
And for me, And in those games, I like the under in the Cardinals and Reds. Castillo's definitely been pitching way better than he did at the start of the year. And I think we got a lower type scoring game in this one. A little bit of pitcher's duel. Woodford, who starts and hasn't been too bad either. So I'm going to take the under 9 Cardinals and Reds. The only one I like in that spot.
This is only Woodford's second or third start, right? Major league player. Luis Castillo's given up 2 home runs in his last 10 starts.
Wow.
He's off Bittler's list. Bittler's got to go 15 to 17.
I've been a Castillo guy all year.
No, actually, you were a Castillo guy most of the year.
Whatever.
Become a Castillo guy. I really hate this card today, to be honest with you. I guess I'd go with the Mets here, Taijuan Walker. The Jays had no answers last night. It was the Pete Alonso show. But I think today, if you go to the home run prop there, Michael Conforto is my guy.
Against the lefty?
Yep. You know why? He's my player prop tool available. The new pick dogs. Not available yet, but will be. Will be. They like Conforto here better. Let me see what they exactly. Let's see what they have to say. Love the player prop tool. Love it. It is Pete Alonso plus 275 here, but Conforto plus 500. Vladdy Daddy plus 250. Springer plus 300. There's one for you. Taijuan Walker gave up a pretty big home run in that All-Star game too.
Yep.
I mean, we talk about Corbin Burns' pitch, but he wasn't getting the low strike there, was he? Anyways. Be interesting to see if La Russa is riding the umps early on that. You know, because he is a guy that will go out. You know, he's not going to sit there and let them call this ball at the ankles strikes all day. Not going to happen. And those were ridiculously low strikes. Ridiculously. I guess the Mets are really my only play here. Lean to the White Sox. Not touching them. The Reds are now minus 175. That line's dropping. It's really not a place I love anyway. I thought they got super lucky last night. I mean, it's baseball, so it happens. But they got really lucky. I had the Cardinals last night, and the Cardinals have been, since the All-Star break, one of the hottest teams, just like I said they would be. And I think they continue to be the hottest team after the All-Star break. They're going to be buyers at the trade deadline. They've moved up. They've moved up like more spots in the standings than anyone outside of the Tigers in the last few weeks. As far as, you know, taking up chunks of games. But last night's loss hurt a lot. The Brewers won, and obviously the Reds won. I don't know. I gave out Castillo in the video, but I could probably be talked off it, like most of the games today. Patrick Sandoval against Jose Barrios. This could be the farewell tour of Barrios in Minnesota. I don't know. It's hard to trade a young guy like that. He's going to want a ton of money. It's not worth it. But you know where they'll give it to him is Boston or New York. Either New York. Either one. Either New York.
I think the Mets are going to get him. I think he would fit in with the Mets.
Because they have an
that would
open
help
checkbook.
my proposition bet.
What's your proposition bet?
My future bet for the Mets to win the World Series. I mean, it's only $100, but still.
But it's not going to happen.
Hey, if they get Barrios, you never know.
He hasn't shown
That's pretty
that. He hasn't shown that he hasn't shown to be that guy.
Yeah, but you team him up with DeGrom.
But he hasn't shown to be that guy. You know, that can shut somebody down. He hasn't shown to be that guy. Hasn't shown it yet. Maybe he becomes it. Like Garrett Cole had never shown it when he was in Pittsburgh. So we'll see. I mean, he had shown that he was a good pitcher that would have one blow-up inning. I don't know. Who the hell knows? I'll take Patrick Sandoval. on spite alone. Christmas in July. Also, Fonzie says.
Hey.
Discount code. There is none. What do you think? Christmas in July. Also, 2-for-1 capper specials. We got all kinds of stuff. Now's the time. Now is the time. I know it's like, but if you want a yearly, like I said, I'll add it on, to the end of your year. Comments about the music and the videos, whatever. Here. Cole was decent in Pittsburgh, but he wasn't a superstar. He was a guy that would have a bad inning. That's what he is. Bands takes all the favorites. This guy takes them all. In our comments. Just sits there and takes all the favorites. Right. Anyways, lots of dead airspace there. Got the Pirates and Giants, Dodgers, Rockies, and the Mariners against the A's. I think in this one, once again, I think if you got to take a shot, the Rockies again to beat the Dodgers. They gave up the lead late and then came back in that ninth inning. Charlie Blackmon's home run. Ooh, no doubter. The Rockies already had the lead when he hit that home run because there was a guy on and he had reached by a single, which scored the go-ahead. But that made it 3, so it's 3 heartbreaking losses in a row for the Dodgers. And how many of those can you take? They're just 5-5 in their last 10 games. The Rockies 6-4 in their last 10. Brian, you gonna go with that -210 with Gonzalez in there? I know he's your homeboy.
No, I mean the Gonzalez isn't a -200, -210 pitcher. I missed out on the Rockies yesterday, but had the Pirates. Today I'm gonna take a shot with the Rockies. I think they have a good shot to knock off the overrated Dodgers, especially Gonzalez on the mound. And then we'll take the under in the Pirates-Giants game. I think you'll see another strong start from Gausman. And I think the Giants' offense doesn't put up all the runs. So I think it easily goes under that total of 8.
Ron Romanelli, Teoscar Hernandez home run today, maybe off Taiwan Walker. not out of the realm of possibility.
What's the odds?
400. He's due.
That's pretty juicy odds there.
Yep, Springer plus 300 and Vladimir plus 250.
Yeah, that Teoscar Hernandez. Yeah.
Kind of like Max Kepler here against Patrick Sandoval too, plus 450.
What's his odds?
Plus 450.
I don't think he's that good against lefties, but I can't remember. I think he has good power, but not the best. Average.
I think Gausman probably wakes up and looks at the player props for Gregory Polanco to hit a home run and just laughs himself to sleep again. Like, why do they even have it? If I'm facing Gregory Polanco, I'm throwing 3 balls in the dirt. I mean, that's really what I'm doing.
Yeah, at least have a 1 and 2 count.
That was the guy. He was on the Yankees. He was the second baseman, and he signed like this giant contract with the Rangers, and then he played on the Cubs. Oh boy, what was his name for $25 million a year? Terrible hitter. I mean, throw 3 balls in the dirt. He would have like 1 good month a season, so he had numbers. I remember. He's definitely a guy you would know. Anyways, Brian, what do you think of Will Crow today?
I just gave out my I picked the under in that Giants and Pirates game.
Will Crow stinks.
Gausman and Will Crow, he's been horrible, but I don't see the Giants getting more than 3 or 4 runs today. So
10-1 Giants.
And you like the over?
Yeah, I think the Giants get the over themselves.
Yeah.
I had the
I'm gonna
Pirates
take the
yesterday.
team
I had the
total.
Pirates yesterday. I love the Giants today. So. But it's like,
Yeah.
once again, at minus 260, there's nothing you can. It's, you know.
I'm not saying the Giants aren't going
I
to
mean,
win.
I'm not Brian. I don't have minus 260 in me. Brian will take the plus 1.5 there, just to be safe.
I'm going to take the Giants team total over 4.5. It's only minus 120. I'll take team total over 4.5 for the Giants. I think they score 7 runs.
I should have given that as a premium.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep.
Love.
You can even go over 5 runs at plus
Oh,
110.
yeah, go all the way. 10.
Yeah.
All the way in that thing.
And my other play, I'm going to take the over in that Rockies-Dodgers game. You know, we always think, the Rockies miserable on the road, and that's because of their offense. But 9 runs yesterday, I think they can score 3-4 runs in this one, and I think the Dodgers do the rest of the damage for us to get over that total. So I'll take the over on Rockies-Dodgers.
The only one I like in this time spot is the under in the Rockies and Dodgers. They're actually in their last 10 meetings this year, 6-4 to the under. And you look at the Rockies, they're 9-2 to the under their last 11 following a win. They're also 8-2 to the under their last 10 versus a team with a winning record. Freeland 7-0 his last 7 Saturday starts as well to the under. So everybody's hopping up on the over, thinking what we seen yesterday. Ooh, power runs, take the over. I'm going to go the opposite way. I think we got a lower scoring Saturday game. Give me the under. Rockies, Dodgers. The only one I like there.
All right, let's go to the parlays. Ron.
I'm going to take the over in the Cubs-Diamondbacks. The team total over in the Giants. Team total over 5 runs. And the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line.
Rod.
And for me, I'm going to take the that Cubs game under the total. We're going to take the Orioles on the money line. And we're going to take the under in the White Sox Brewers game. Parlay those 3 up.
And that leaves us to Brian Biller.
Yeah, for me, I'm just going to do a 2-game parlay. The Texas Rangers on the money line, parlayed up with the New York Mets. Those are my 2 best free picks, I think, today.
I'm just putting together my parlay here. Hang on a second. So I have the odds for you guys. All right. Parlay is Boston Red Sox minus 2.5, San Francisco Giants minus 4, and Washington Nationals minus 4. $10 pays $311.60. 31 to 1 and 31 and a half times your money. On, I think, very reasonable bets there.
What was the first play?
Red Sox minus 2.5.
I like the Yankees, but
Yeah, it's pretty public.
I like the odds.
It's a pretty public play like that.
Like the 3 most public
that
plays.
Taiwan
parlay.
Walker versus Matt Harvey matchup.
I know. I'm just
Super
saying.
public.
It's like the 3 most public plays parlayed together.
It is public.
No, but the 3 most public plays parlay together, those teams' money line. These are not public plays.
You're right.
Minus 4s are not public plays, Brian. The minus 4 is plus 270 in the Giants game.
Yeah, but
that's not a public play.
Yeah, but they're going to have to beat them by 5 runs.
Yeah, well, look who's pitching. Will Crow. He's capable of giving up 10. And what we saw from the Giants is the last time that they had that game, the game I talked about a lot yesterday, the game against where they came from Arizona, got in at 2 o'clock in the morning, then had a game the next day, which is why I took the Pirates yesterday, right, against the Giants. And we saw them, they lost on an error, right? They were sloppy. We saw the next day after that, they came back and put the hammer down. And I expect them to do that again today, to really put the hammer down. Gausman's been outstanding. Will Crow, he's been just pathetic. The thing about the Pirates is that if Cool or Anderson are pitching, then they're a play. If Brubaker's pitching, it's hit and miss because he's normally up against the number one for the other team. And if it's Crow or anybody else, fade all day if you can, right? I mean, that's what the Pirates have been this season. I mean, but actually the record says, well, the reason why you could play those two guys is because you get the odds if they, when they win, and if they don't lose, whatever. I mean, like last night I was 1-2, but I only lost, $25 or something. I know those. Bet 100 on each of my picks, which is way better than Friday before. I got smoked. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great day. Let's make it a winning day. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. Of course, we'll be doing our premium pick show now, and the VIP show will be at its regular time, around 5 p.m. Eastern time. We do it generally 5:30, right? Eastern time. So in that range. So be on the lookout for those notifications. You want to make it a firm time for these guys so they know to show up 5:30? Brian?
I thought 5:15 we normally do.
5:15. Brian, Rod, we'll see you guys at 5:15 for the VIP show. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Have a great day, and see you later. Appreciate each and every one of you.